special group of Detroit Marines who made history. They were trailblazers for African Americans in the military. Today, crew members of the USS Detroit paid tribute to them, and they paid tribute to the USS Detroit. At the Atwater Brewery in Detroit, USS Detroit officers and veterans gathered to celebrate the ship and honor Detroit's history as the arsenal of democracy. In the crowd was the commander of the USS Detroit, Antonio Hyde from Chicago. He says he plans to use Detroit's comeback story as he carries out the ship's missions, training navies around the world so they can help the U.S. fight.
It's the same way that Detroit is continuing to rise and get better. That's what we're trying to do with the USS Detroit. Take it to other countries and help those other countries to get better.
For a special group of veterans in the crowd, Commander Hyde, like the USS Detroit, is a symbol of progress. They are members of the Montford Point Marines organization. They celebrate this ship knowing after the American Revolution, Jim Crow rules banned African Americans from serving in the Marines for 167 years. One of the first black Marines to serve is a Detroiter named Henry Ball, the fifth to set foot on Camp Montford Point in the 1940s. They aim to preserve that history.
In fact, the Montford Point Marines were the precursors. They were at the edge of the sword of the civil rights movement.
I get the opportunity to be where I am because of the work that they did, because of the perseverance that they had. And so it's an honor and a privilege for me to be standing here as the executive officer, an African-American man, as the executive officer of the USS Detroit.
And so to have an African-American commander in charge of the ship is certainly a great undertaking.
And I try to always do my best to represent not only the African-American community, but also America, right? Because at the end, we're Americans as well.
In Detroit, Kim Russell, 7 Action News.
Wow.